Have you ever started a new diet, stuck with it perfectly for, I don't know, a week, felt absolutely miserable, and then just threw in the towel and ordered a giant pizza? Well, if you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are definitely not alone. And more importantly, it is absolutely not your fault. You see, traditional diets are literally designed to fail. They demand that we overhaul our entire lives overnight, expecting total perfection from day one. But what if I told you that actually getting healthier doesn't require strict meal plans, obsessing over every single calorie, or honestly, completely abandoning your favorite foods?
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking the exact opposite of a crash diet. We're going to break down the actual science and strategy behind building a healthy lifestyle that lasts, totally free of all that dieting guilt and stress. Because look, a genuinely healthy lifestyle isn't about being perfect. It's about making small, highly strategic choices every single day that just compound over time to help you feel your absolute best. We don't need expensive supplements or crazy complicated workout routines. We just need simple, structured habits that fit right into the life you already have. So let's dive into it.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the dieting trap. Then, we'll talk about habits over rules. Next up, we go beyond just food. After that, we're busting some diet culture myths. And finally, we'll cover how you can start your journey today.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the dieting trap, and exactly why most diets fail. Think about the psychological difference here between subtraction and addition. The absolute biggest mistake most of us make is believing that health requires strict rules based purely on subtraction. No sugar, no carbs, no snacking. But from a behavioral psychology standpoint, that is a recipe for disaster. Strict rules just make us feel restricted, and when human beings feel restricted, human nature kicks in, and we inevitably end up obsessing over those exact forbidden foods even more. It's totally natural. So instead, what if we flip the script and focused on what we can add? Think extra veggies, more water, maybe a short evening walk. It changes the entire game from a mindset of punishment to one of absolute abundance.
In fact, I want you to make this your new daily mantra. What healthy habit can I add today? Instead of waking up and groaning, what should I stop eating today? Or what am I not allowed to have? Just ask yourself what you can add in. Maybe it's tossing a handful of spinach into a morning smoothie, because honestly, you can't even taste it. Or maybe it's just drinking one extra glass of water before you grab that first cup of coffee. I know these additions might seem tiny, maybe almost too easy, but trust me, over months, they are exactly what create robust, lasting lifestyle changes.
Let's move right along to Section 2, habits over rules, and how to actually balance your meals.
A realistic, sustainable meal doesn't mean waving goodbye to pizza forever. That is just simply not true. Instead of labeling certain foods as strictly good or bad, just consider the general balance here. You want to aim for a plate heavily featuring vegetables and fruits, a solid source of lean protein, some whole grains when possible, and healthy fats like avocados, nuts, or seeds. When the vast majority of your meals look roughly like that, you've built a rock-solid foundation of consistency. And here's the best part. Consistency is exactly what makes room for flexibility. Which brings us to a seriously liberating truth. One slice of cake is not going to ruin a healthy lifestyle. Think about this like your personal finances, right? If you stick to a solid budget most of the time and save regularly, buying one small fun item on a weekend isn't going to instantly bankrupt you. Well, your body works the exact same way. One slice of cake or one fun night out eating with friends literally does not erase all your healthy habits. What genuinely dictates your overall health is what you do most of the time, not what you do on rare, fun occasions. All right, Section 3, beyond just food. Let's talk about movement and sleep. So when we talk about exercise, diet culture loves to tell us that it has to be this grueling, miserable experience. But the truth? Your body just requires regular movement. It definitely does not require you to treat exercise like some sort of punishment on a treadmill that you secretly despise. Things like walking, cycling, swimming, messing around in your garden, actively playing with your kids, or hey, even just turning up the music and dancing around your living room, all of that counts. The golden rule here is simply this. The absolute best workout is the one you will actually do and enjoy. If it feels fun, you are infinitely more likely to stick with it long term. And right alongside movement, we absolutely have to talk about sleep and stress. If you are chronically exhausted or super stressed out, your body is chemically going to crave high-calorie, sugary snacks for a quick hit of energy. It's a biological response, not a lack of willpower. So optimizing your daytime energy actually has to start the night before. Try adopting some super simple, structured bedtime routines. Just put the phone away 30 minutes before bed, maybe read a physical book, practice a few moments of deep breathing or even just listen to some calming music. A healthy, well-rested mind is literally the ultimate support system for a healthy body. Okay, on to section 4, busted. Let's bust some common diet culture myths. First up is the whole all-or-nothing food myth. The myth tells you that you have to entirely cut out your absolute favorite indulgent foods if you want to be healthy. But the reality? Enjoying treats occasionally is a perfectly normal, totally expected part of an overall healthy life. Deprivation only ever leads to binging, whereas moderation leads to real sustainability. Next up is the intense gym myth. You know the myth that says you must be in the gym sweating for hours every single day to see any results. The reality here? Consistent, moderate movement for literally just 20 to 30 minutes a day makes a highly meaningful, scientifically backed difference in your cardiovascular and mental health. You really don't have to be training for a marathon just to be a healthy human being. And finally, we have the perfectionist myth. This is that toxic little idea that if you make one unhealthy choice, your whole day is totally ruined and you've basically failed. Well, the reality is that successful, healthy people don't possess some magical ability to avoid bad choices entirely. They just don't let one bad choice derail their next one. Missed a workout? Fine, just go tomorrow. Had fast food for lunch? No big deal. Just choose a balanced meal for dinner. You simply get back on track. No guilt required. Which brings us to our final part, section 5. Start your journey today with some practical steps you can actually take today. So here are 5 super realistic daily actions you can start literally right now. Drink a glass of water right when you wake up. Add just one vegetable to your next meal. Take a brisk 10 to 20 minute walk. Keep a consistent bedtime so you can regulate your sleep. And lastly, celebrate those small wins. Now listen closely, because here is the real secret to making this work. Do not, I repeat, do not try to do all of these today. Pick exactly one habit. Just one. Focus on it until it becomes totally second nature, and only then should you add the next one. Look, if there is only one thing you take away from this entire explainer, let it be this. Progress beats perfection. Real health is not built in a single day of extreme, miserable discipline. It's built through thousands of tiny, seemingly insignificant decisions that are just strung together over months and years. Every single positive choice you make absolutely counts towards your ultimate goal. So I want to leave you with this provocative final question to really kickstart your momentum right now. Which one habit are you going to add today? Not tomorrow, not next Monday when a new week starts, but today. Remember, healthy living isn't some short-term 30-day challenge. It is a lifelong, totally enjoyable journey. Make that one choice today, and I promise you, your future self will absolutely thank you. Now, if you enjoyed the structured breakdown in this explainer today, definitely make sure to follow and subscribe for more insights where we simplify complex topics. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I will see you in the next one.